The Six Swans. Good evening, dear little friends. I'm your brother Charlie. Tonight, let's listen to a story and go to sleep together. Are you ready? Tonight, I have a very special story about a brave little girl and her 6 brothers. Imagine having 6 brothers who suddenly turned into swans. It sounds magical, right? That's what happened to our main character, little Elisa, in tonight's story. She is a very brave and clever girl, and she faces many difficulties and challenges to save her brothers. Do you like adventures? Do you like magic? Then this story will surely fascinate you. Let's listen to how little Elisa overcomes difficulties and saves her brothers. Ready? Let's start this wonderful adventure story. Long ago, in a beautiful kingdom, there lived a king and his 7 children. The king had 6 sons and a little daughter named Elisa. They were very happy and played in the castle garden every day. But one day, the king married a new queen. The queen looked beautiful, but she was actually a mean witch. She didn't like the king's children, especially the 6 princes. One day, when the king went out hunting, the wicked queen decided to get rid of the children. She secretly cast a spell on the 6 princes, turning them into 6 white swans. The poor princes could only fly away, leaving the home they loved so much. Little Elisa was playing in the garden at the time. She saw it all and hid in fear. The queen didn't notice her, thinking she had gotten rid of all the children. Elisa was very sad. She didn't know what to do. She wanted to tell her father the king what happened, but the queen threatened that if she told the truth, she would be turned into a swan as well. So, little Elisa had to leave the castle and started her adventure to find her brothers. She was determined to find a way to break the spell and turn her brothers back into humans. Elisa set off on her journey to find her brothers. She walked and walked through dense forests and across wide rivers. Finally, one night, she saw 6 white swans flying over. Elisa quickly recognized them as her brothers and followed them to a mysterious lake. When the moon rose, something wonderful happened. The 6 swans landed by the lake and turned back into human form. Elisa ran over happily to hug them. Her brothers told her that they could only back into human form for a short 15 minutes every day. Elisa asks, "Is there any way to break the spell?" The eldest brother sighed and said, "There is only one way. You must collect the nettles by the lake and weave 6 shirts from them. But during the weaving, you must not speak a word, or we will never be able to turn back." Though scared, little Elise bravely nodded her head. She began to collect the stinging nettles. Her little hands pricked and swollen, but she kept silent and endured the pain. Every night, when her brothers turned back into human form, she would silently hug them, giving them hope and strength. Day after day, Elisa worked hard on weaving. She couldn't speak or explain what she was doing, so she was often misunderstood. Sometimes villagers thought she was a mute or a witch, pointing at her. But Elisa didn't care. She only focused on finishing the shirts to save her brothers. As time went by, Elisa's task became more and more difficult. Her fingers were pricked red and swollen, sometimes even bleeding. But every time she saw her brother's hopeful eyes, she felt a warm current flowing into her heart, giving her the strength to keep going. One day, a handsome prince rode by. He was deeply attracted by Elisa's beauty and concentration and came to see her every day. Although Elisa couldn't speak, the gentleness and strength in her eyes touched the prince's heart. The prince wanted to help Elisa, but she could only express her gratitude with her eyes and smile. Sometimes, when Elisa cried from exhaustion and pain, the prince would gently wipe away her tears and give her a warm hug. Elisa was both touched and sad in her heart. She wanted to tell the prince the truth, why she was doing this, and why she couldn't speak. But for her brothers, she had to remain silent. Every night, Elisa would secretly go to the lakeside and watch her brothers briefly turn back into human form. She would tell them with her eyes how much she missed and loved them. Her brothers would also encourage her with hugs and gentle words, letting her know how grateful they were for her sacrifice. During this time, Elisa experienced unprecedented loneliness and pain. But her love and determination grew stronger in the process. She understood that only by persevering could she save her beloved family. Just as Elisa was about to finish the last shirt, a terrible thing happened. The evil queen discovered Elisa's whereabouts and angrily came to the village, accusing her of being an evil witch. The villagers were deceived by the queen's lies and decided to burn Elisa at the stake. The prince tried to protect Elisa, but the villagers didn't listen to his explanation. Elisa was taken to the square, about to be set on fire. She was filled with fear, but more worried about her brothers. If she spoke for help now, her brothers would never turn back. At this critical moment, 6 white swans suddenly appeared in the sky. They dove down and flapped their wings to put out the flames about to ignite. Elisa saw her brothers coming to save her and was filled with joy. At this moment, Elisa finally finished the last shirt. She quickly threw the shirt into the air, and it landed on the 6 swans. A miracle happened. The swans turned back into handsome princes. The villagers were astonished when they saw this. Elisa could finally speak, and she explained everything. People understood how brave and kind she was. The evil queen, seeing her plot exposed, wanted to escape but was caught by the villagers. The king arrived soon and punished the evil queen, feeling very sorry for misunderstanding Elisa. Elisa and her brothers were finally reunited. They hugged each other, crying for joy. The prince, seeing Elisa's true identity, loved her even more. He proposed to Elisa, and she happily accepted. Dear little friends, how do you feel after hearing this story? Don't you think Elisa is very brave? She endured so much pain to save her brothers but couldn't say a word. Can you imagine how sad that was? What would you do if you were Elisa? Would you be willing to pay so much for your family, like her? Sometimes we also face difficulties and may feel scared or lonely. But as long as we are brave like Elisa and believe in ourselves, we can overcome difficulties. Do you have any brothers or sisters? If so, would you love them like Elisa? Even if you sometimes quarrel, family is always the most important, right? Also, what do you think of the prince? He didn't know what Elisa was doing, but still accompanied and helped her. This tells us that true friends will support you when you need it the most, even if they may not fully understand what you're doing. Alright, little friends, the story is over. It's time to close your little eyes and enter sweet dreams. Imagine you while lying in a soft bed, as comfortable as Elisa was with the prince in the castle. Your blanket is warm, like the shirts Elisa knitted for her brothers, full of love. Take a gentle deep breath and feel the peace around you. Maybe you can hear the swans' calls coming from the distance. That's Elisa's brothers saying goodnight to you. Close your eyes, and you might see the beautiful lake, the moonlight shining on the water, sparkling. Elisa and her brothers are walking by the lakeside, smiling at you, whispering, "Good night, sweet dreams." Let your body slowly relax, starting from your toes to the top of your head. Imagine a warm magic wrapping around you, just like in the story, slowly taking you into dreamland. In this wonderful dream, you can have an adventure with Elisa or ride a horse with the prince. Remember, no matter what difficulties you encounter, you are a brave little hero. Good night, dear little friends. May your dreams be as wonderful as this story, and when you wake up tomorrow, you will be even braver and kinder.